boys.
Hi. Now I can't hear you.
Hey guys, welcome back to Paranormal Chop Shop. Hopefully this is the first time you're seeing it. We did this before. Somehow I got kicked off. I lost my internet service, and we're back.
Talking. It was such good stuff. So if we had recorded it, we would played for you.
But yes, so we're going to start over.
Because we thought we were live.
That's right, but we're live now.
Yes, we're live.
Again. I hope it don't stop clicking again.
I have no idea. I'm going to just repeat stuff at this point because we talked about so many things for the first 15 minutes of the non-show. It's
you guys should have been with us. That's all I can say. We're not covering it again.
If you were with us, you would have loved it. We solved all of the mysteries of the world. We talked ancient aliens. We talked Roswell. We talked so many things. And you missed it all. Stuart heard it. Stuart was like, I was thinking, Mother F, nobody's watching us. They're
the chat room was just rolling. So I thought we're still live.
Jake was sending smiley faces, and I thought he was responding to us. So I'm like, yay, Jake is looking at us. And then I'm like, that scheduled thing on top hasn't changed to live the entire time. It took us 15 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, 15 minutes to figure out that we weren't live.
But we are live now.
So we're live now.
Tell everybody about the beautiful background that you were rocking today, and that is not a green screen.
No, it's not, you guys. So I am coming live. So Sunny's at his garage, but I'm coming live to you from Terlingua, Texas, which is very, very close to Big Bend National Park, right across the border. It's as far down Texas as you can possibly get. It takes 12 hours to get from one side of Texas to this little corner. And it's just gorgeous here. And we're here for a few days before heading to Roswell to UFO Expo. Roswell better be ready. I'm going to turn it this way because the sun's getting really bright for Jake and Enzo. Hi, Jake and Enzo's here.
Yeah, we were talking about Roswell too, guys, and I was telling her I've never been there, and I would be excited.
I can't wait. I am when I went to Vernal, because Amy was there. I met Amy, and Lynn was there, and we met. And when I saw Amy and we're jumping, we actually set alarms off in cars. It was really crazy, and we didn't touch them. It was we yelled so loud, ah! And we set off alarms. So wait till we get to Roswell. Is gonna be a trip. I'm gonna be hunting people down. I'm already looking for Ben Hansen. I mean, Ben, hey Ben. I'm gonna be that annoying person. I did it in Vernal. I tackled Paul Hynek, and now we're best friends. Hey, that's how I met Carl.
That's how you're gonna get your interviews. And then,
yeah.
What do you? Don't you got a show you're gonna be doing too? That's what.
Actually, I don't have any shows planned. I have one thing planned. It is to meet with Shane over at Symposium. Because we met over in Vernal, and I interviewed him on Mindforked there. It was one of my first shows, and it was those interviews from the couch, from right in front of the bathrooms. So I'm hoping that this time I could do better than bathrooms for interviews. Although the bathroom stalls is where it's at, you guys.
Yeah, hey, that's where
Maddie's
go.
here. Maddie and Stuart are here. So I will tell you my story about Vernal. I do have a story about Vernal, Sonny. I don't know if I ever told you. So I was Travis Taylor was up on stage, and he had been doing this whole speech over gimbal and going to the mattresses over gimbal. This is before we knew he was in the UAP task force, but it was during that same time. So he was there speaking, and he starts we all take a break and start walking down the hallway, and I'm right behind him, and he's like he sighed, like he just went, and I'm like, hey, Travis. I say, because I call him Dr. T. He knew I called him Dr. T. It's like, hey, Dr. T, you okay? Just breathe. It's going to be okay. He's like, yeah. And, he really just wanted to go to the bathroom. But we shared that moment. And that's because the bathroom stalls is where the action happens. The networking happens in front of the bathrooms. So, yes. So we're going to Roswell. So we were talking about Roswell. I was telling you, man, I am so convinced by the Roswell story is not even funny. I'm like, it's the book and data moment. Roswell story to me is real. I can't wait to be there and like talk to people and start, just being in that city. That city was, they were so patriotic. It was a time of war, and something horrid happened that changed their lives. You don't change out of a balloon. We had this whole long conversation, you guys. It was so cool. Before we realized we were not live. And the chocolate bar, and so I don't know which chocolate bar you're talking about, but I just ate some chocolate myself, and then I go, freaky geek is here. What type of a chocolate bar can also be found near the bathrooms? Oh wow, no, not that. I'm looking at the chat. I probably shouldn't.
You're fine.
But Sunny, people don't change overnight from seeing a balloon. Their lives don't change. They don't become disconnected from their families. They don't become, I'm trying to change this so the sun doesn't kill you. They don't become disconnected from their families. They don't change the core of their soul overnight for a balloon. I mean, the proof is in the number of stories. We're talking hundreds of people corroborating the same type of story. To me, it is the proof, whether we want to believe it or not, in the way that they covered it up is the same way that we're seeing right now with, the stuff with the balloons and the objects being shot down from the sky. It is playbook. It is just not playbook. It's playbook in a social world, not in a physical world. So it's like evolution of influence, like the way that they managed things back then. It was probably more threatening and direct. And now it's more, it's a soft hurting through social media, in my opinion.
I'm with you. I feel like they still try to steer us a little bit from the truth, but there's so much stuff that we do see and record now because of our handheld phones, our little video cameras in hand, man. They're right there. Everyone has them. So now they have to give us tidbits. They have to give us a little. That's why I brought up before we were live the Alaska thing. They said, Alaska said the U.S. had shot down an object. This is what I heard on Ancient Aliens, this last episode.
Ancient Aliens is covering this stuff, you guys. Go to Main Street. Go ahead, Sonny.
The U.S. had shot down an object. Well, after that, the U.S. starts saying that's where we shot down the balloon. It was floating over the U.S. Then they say, and there's 3 more or 4 more or 3 more. I think it was 3 more. Instead of calling them balloons, though, they call them objects. There's 3 more objects over the United States that we're not sure of what they are yet. That was the only thing I heard about that. I haven't heard what those other 3 objects were. They just assumed they were balloons, but then they didn't go get them. I don't know.
They didn't go get them. They didn't say balloons. They said objects. It was different. Mm-hmm. So this is where I keep going. It's muddying. The Chinese balloon was the one thing we know. That balloon to me was a window of opportunity. It muddied the waters of everything. Now you got the blanket balloon narrative, right? Mm-hmm. So if I were them, this sounds like, I don't mean to make an OJ reference if I did it, but that is not an OJ reference. So to say, if I were to do this type of steering the pot, I would use that balloon as a window of opportunity to start shooting stuff up there, shooting stuff down, and build the second narrative. Because why not get them? Why not go get them? They don't go get them. Either if they know what it is theirs, or they already know what it is. If it's a window, it's like the Trojan horse, right? They're looking, once they have one excuse, they all came that same week, and then it's over. That's the other part. It's like within a week, boom, 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 and then it's over. I don't buy it.
And then like the Roswell,
I know it's like, go ahead.
The Roswell incident too. I told you I would like to go there because I would like to hit that field where it happened, where the field where the water tower was. I would search that whole field. I have a metal detector and I'm really good at that stuff. I'm lucky. I would find something.
We were talking about this earlier. They vacuumed for years. Go ahead. Yes. They vacuumed this for years.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. And like we brought up the piece of foil that they had the guy take the picture with in that old newspaper. And then his story was, but the piece of metal I had, that they took away from me, you could crumble up into a ball and let it go. And it went completely back to shape with no wrinkles. By itself.
The manipulation. Yeah. Marcel knew. And he had to sit there and hold foil. I mean, and he did it for his country. He did it because he was in the military and he had to serve his country. And he was told he had to do this. And I mean, everything tells you that he was not happy about this. Like, shit, he goes to the mattresses over something and then he has to hold up foil. Which, by the way, they did turn back on that whole foil thing, too, because it was a balloon that was not made of foil, according to them. There was no balloon. There's no balloons.
When, if you think about it like this, like, let's say it was a military weather balloon. The military would have went and retrieved all the important stuff. I don't see the military picking up their pieces of balloon all over these people's field. For 3 fields, for 3 crash sites, where it ricocheted off the ground and until it came to a stop. I don't think they would have done that cleanup. Plus, back then and today, if an airplane wrecks, they don't go in there with the military and recover this whole plane. They go in there and get the important thing. They go get the box.
They get the black box. Yeah.
That's what they would have went for basically on the weather balloon. They would have went to go get retrieve their whatever they were doing with that balloon up there to retrieve that information. That's what I think that would have been the most important. People.
If it's an airplane, like a passenger airplane, they do recover all the pieces if they're trying to do like actually study what caused the wreck, right? But this is a weather balloon. But yet they vacuum the place for years. Why do they vacuum the place so forensically for years? Why? And the people all say the same thing. Hundreds of stories of people changing the way they think about life. And in their deathbed, the deathbed confessions are important. I mean, these people all say the same story. They were scared for them and their families, and that's why they didn't speak. And they disconnected, a lot of them disconnected from their family and friends for the rest of their lives. They became kind of a shell of a person. That doesn't happen over a balloon. I think it's real.
I just had to grab a timestamp right now at like 12:50. Something black flew behind you.
Bird? Yeah, did you see that? I thought I saw a bird, right?
It was a bird, I think. But
I'm pretty sure I just saw something black, but
it was so close. It was going fast. It was like,
it goes fast. You know what? Yeah, and we were talking. It's like I'm not an experiencer. I don't consider myself. I mean, I see stuff up in the sky all the time because I live in a rural Oklahoma, and here, by the way, one of the places, Terlingua is so awesome. The lack of light pollution makes this place like the perfect place for like stargazing and like just looking up at the sky. Everything's so clear. You can just see the satellites. Unfortunately, this time we're here for full moon, which kind of kills the stargazing, but the moon is spectacular. So anyway, I don't know why I said that. Probably because I'm feeling the earth around me. It's sunny. I'll let you.
It's the desert. It's the desert.
Yeah. So, and we're talking Michael Schratt was in The Last Ancient Aliens.
Not this last one, but the one before.
You guys, if you could watch the first 15 minutes of the show, you would have loved it. But we weren't live.
Yeah, you should have been here. I was talking about Schratt and everybody.
we were like, stratosphere beyond.
I was plugging Mike.
You were plugging away.
I know.
But I am so ready. So I'm going to make my plan. I have my notebook because I always have to carry a notebook. I have my notebook that I'm going to prepare all my notes. My notebook has grown. It used to be like a small notebook. Bree, Preciosa Bree is in the house. So I got my notebook and I'm going to start making notes for all the people that I'm going to talk to. And I'm going to just start. I have like no shame. It's like no mercy, no commercials. I will hunt people down and be like,
That's awesome.
I scared the hell out of Anjali. And I can't, Anjali. I scared the heck out of her. I walked up to her in Vernal. She was standing there and she had her mask. It was, she was still worried about COVID at the time. And I just like tap her. She's like, ah! I'm like, Anjali. I tend to scare people. I literally grabbed Paul Hynek. Paul! And I'm like, I just grabbed Paul Hynek. I don't know what to do next. I might get arrested, but it was okay.
You're going to be...
I'll try not to get kicked out of conference.
I was going to say, they're going to have conferences, right? You're going to be in those conferences, a lot of them?
Oh, my God. Yes. So there's going to be all kinds of events. There, you guys, chatters, there's a cosplay event on Friday night. A cosplay with Travis Walton. Like, I don't know. I think I'm just going to wear black. Like all black. Like Hamburglar with the beanie. Like Men in Black meets the Hamburglar. That's what I'm thinking. Chad, what do you think?
That's
Hamburglar outfit for cosplay for the alien girl, and then Crazy Chick. I don't know if you've seen her. She works with Amy, and she's on the morning chat. She's going also. So we're gonna be like cruising.
Is Amy gonna be there with you this time?
Yeah, she's meeting me. Yeah, she's meeting me there Friday. It's on. We're like so ready. I rented an Airbnb downtown Roswell, just down from the conference because we have a dog, so she needs her backyard. But we will be like doing live streams from there, live streams from the floor. We're going to be streaming out our feelings and sharing insights from the show. I think I'm going to log in to First Floor Audio on Saturday night from conference to say hi.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's our new nights for the Chop Shop. Is Saturday at 5 Pacific Standard Time.
Oh, that's true. So he's on. So it's gonna be hot. So we'll pop in and out, just kind of hopping channels, just saying hi to people, and I'm gonna be going live a lot while I'm there because I'm ready to stream out. I haven't been going live, just prepping for Roswell. I've been doing a day in Mindforked history, if anybody wants to check it out. So yesterday I was obsessed with Serrano the Bergerac. Don't ask me why, Sonny. Like, it was his birthday. That was why. But it's like I just get obsessed with these little tidbits of history, and I've just been throwing them out there for anybody who wants to check them out. Ooh, we gone dark. What happened to you? Oh, it's on Mindforked. It's the main series that's going on. It's like 2 minutes here and there, just little shorts. It's just fun. It's called The Day in Mindforked History, or This Day in Mindforked History. So yesterday it was Serrano the Bergerac's birthday, and I'm totally convinced that Serrano the Bergerac might have been one of us, like into Akashic records and stuff. After looking at what he was into back in 1619. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, 1619 he was born.
What was he about?
Well, you've heard like Roxanne Serrano the Bergerac, the story, the guy with the big nose, right? It's been used like in so many stories. They did a play about his life, and basically said, the guy was unloved. He did not like his nose. He would actually duel over people bringing up the size of his nose. That part of Roxanne is true. But they made up the story that there was a play that was made about him loving this woman and talking through somebody else's mouth, like using somebody else's likeness, because he had the gift of prose. He was a poet. He was a political satirist. He did drama. He was a very complex human being. And I just like the fact he talked about imaginary voyages to the moon and the sun back in in the 1600s, because he died at 30, in his early 30s.
Yeah,
that's crazy to me. This is before Galileo was banned, like around the time that Galileo was banned for talking about the Earth orbiting the sun. Think about that.
Yeah.
He was onto something. So what my series is about is I find a day in history and I find something and I make a connection to our world and kind of like twist it because it's supposed to be a Mindforked day, not a regular day. So I thought Serrano de Bergerac's birthday was a great way to celebrate March 6th.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Hi, chat, and we got chatters. Freaky Geek is here. Grimace, he's the big purple guy from the Ronald McDonald gang. Yes. Obviously, yes. I would have to bring Stuart can breed Grimace.
Now that we're actually live, we're starting to get more people in here.
Now we actually have people chatting. We were wondering why Jake Smith only sent like a smiley face. And I'm like, dude, you could say a little bit more. We just said Roswell was real. We just basically said Roswell, what I said, Roswell was real.
I think it was real. I think it was real.
I think there's certain, my favorite cases, Aguadilla 2013 to me is a good one. You remember that one, right? That's the one that went over Puerto Rico, the little object that like flew over Puerto Rico, over the metropolitan area. Oh my God, Aguadilla 2013. I cover it in one of my day in histories because I tied it to, what was it? My Puerto Rico, homage to Puerto Rico. But this UFO speeds over the metropolitan area. It's like going about 1,000 miles an hour. And it's like speeding over the streets, speeding over the airport. First, it came from the water. That's the part people don't understand. It came from the water, did a U-turn, and then went back out to the water and split up into two. We say we don't have evidence. I'm sorry. I'm looking at that video.
I know.
I ask questions. Okay, and it gets crazier because freaking Travis Taylor knew about this case. He talked about it at the end of Vernal, which was really weird because I'm like, why is he talking about this? Why is he talking about Aguadilla 2013? He talked about that being one of his future cases he was going to be covering. And I asked him if it had been like captured on radar, and he misspoke. He said no. I knew the answer. It had been captured on radar, but he said no, which I found interesting. So why bring it up in Vernal? Now, the other thing we know about him, he was in the UAP task force at the time. This is where I start to put that, it's like a murder board, right? You start putting all these pieces together and how they work. This guy's talking about this case. Why is he talking about Aguadilla 2013? The same guy that just got off the screen and went to the mattresses over Gimbal. It's you got to think about like the things people say and do and how they say and do it because nothing is obvious here. You got to read between the lines and start thinking personalities. Personalities and your soul speak more than your mouth, in my opinion. You got to look at actions. I'm just on a soapbox. Probably because I had an edible. Hi, everyone. I'm hyper and a 5-hour energy.
Oh, it's getting colder out here.
Hi, honey, it's hot here. Like the sun, I'm actually getting a Close Encounters. Hi, look how I did that. I made it funny. I'm getting like a Close Encounters tan. Wake and bake with Akashi Chris. Yeah, I'm going to call it Akashi Kush. Wake and bake with Akashi Kush. It's a different brand. I was thinking of doing like a late night Mindforked, like Mindforked Raw. Like, maybe, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to invite people to talk about like more raw topics, sex magic, stuff like that. Like the raw topic would be like late nighters, late nights.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Live late, live late. OG Kush card, yes, Thin Lizzie, but that is my sleepy time. And I probably should really shut the hell up because this is the internet. But that's my sleepy time strain. It puts me night-night. It's like NyQuil.
Yeah, that OG Kush is good stuff.
Since we talked an entire 15 minutes, this will probably be a short one. But if there are people in the chat and want to talk, I'd be happy to talk about any subject. Because
you guys got any questions?
Yeah, what's going on out there? Anybody want to talk about anything? You know what I watched finally the other day, and I'm so excited that I did? Black Panther. And did you watch it?
Long time
ago. The new one? No, the after. Okay, I didn't want to watch it because I was going to be too sad. Black Panther. I can't remember his name right now. It's probably because it's early. But the cool thing that I found, you know what they used? Marvel Universe kind of freaks me out because they use ideas that I think that are like so relevant, and are kind of linked to these, topics that we talk about all the time. The guy, not the villain, I don't want to say the villain because he wasn't really a villain, was based on Kukulkan. Kukulkan, the god, the serpent god of the pyramids in Mexico. And he
that's
even
the second
had the
one?
mask. The second one, he had the mask of Kukulkan. And it's like exactly like they're using in, like they had in the pyramids.
Cool.
It is, I love that they're folding. I think little by little, we're going to find that the answers are more underneath us. And we're going to find, we're finding these topics just kind of coming up, the pyramids, the mysteries. It's like it's not so much about looking up. It's about looking around you and underneath. It's like all around you. So I'm going to stop talking.
Speaking of pyramids, in Alaska, also, under this big, huge mountain, there's a big black pyramid, supposedly, in the mountain, built into the mountain, like it's inside there, with enough power coming out of the top of it. I think they said to power all of Canada.
Do you know what they say it does?
That's on this last episode of Ancient Aliens. Also, you guys really need to check this one out.
Do you know what they think that it does? Because this is part of, what they think that this pyramid does. They think this pyramid locks consciousness because this is one of the theories in Tom DeLonge's head. I have a show that I haven't done yet that I'm going to do with UFO Rabbit Hole, which is about, there's an entire episode of her podcast that is about the theories in Tom DeLonge's head. And the upside down pyramid that locks consciousness of humanity is on that list among a lot. I mean, but if you think about it, he's been exposed to a lot. And I'm really interested, to see what they do with Lady Gaga, because I see kind of a similar play. They took Tom DeLonge and they have given him all this stuff. And when she broke it down to the theories that he believed in, dude, if all that stuff is real, we're so screwed. Because he believes in the theory of the others are always in charge. And the others are always going to end humanity. He believes in those cycles, or at least things that he has mentioned over time that he's believed in. She grouped it all. It was really good. In that Black Pyramid, they tie it to, is it there to lock consciousness? And that's why planes cannot fly over those areas. Yeah. And I'm sure Enzo will fact check me on all the blah, blah, blah.
They interviewed some helicopter pilots that flew some equipment to the mountain where the pyramid's inside. So they got the stuff and they took it in there. They said the way they landed and unloaded and refueled was crazy. They said it was like during wartime. They never shut the helicopter down. They made them keep it running. And these guys came out and jerked this stuff out of the helicopter and fueled the helicopter up with it running. And then unloaded the stuff and told them, all right, go, as soon as they were done. But when they were coming in, the pilot told the passenger, the co-pilot, don't be scared. But when we start getting a little closer right now, we're going to lose all of our instruments. We're only going to be able to FVR. Did I get that right? Fly visual.
So it locks, so it jams everything. Yeah, it's like they know.
So they had to fly by sight and no instruments. But the co-pilot that they're interviewing, he says, when we got close enough, he goes, we didn't just lose our instruments. He goes, this whole helicopter started shaking so bad because I thought we were going to crash. He goes, but the pilot stayed calm and he never, he just kept saying, it's okay. It just does this, and they landed and they unloaded, fueled them, they left. Same thing leaving until you get far enough away, your instruments start working again. But yeah, they didn't get to see what was in the mountain. That's what happened when they came up to that mountain.
Oh, they're VFR, visual flight rules. Thank you, Enzo.
That's it.
So, Enzo, that's interesting because there's so many, again, where I need to hunt down where that theory came from. Because for Tom DeLonge is coming from, all kinds of different sources and all kinds of different points of information that are feeding him this. is it true or not? I mean, there's enough of a mystery about the area. Again, mystery leads you to these theories, right? Because if they were just open about it and they would just freaking show it, we wouldn't have that mystery. There are areas where people cannot fly over for whatever reasons. And even, I think there was a story that I saw once. I don't know if it was that particular, if it was in Alaska or it was in the other pole, that they were flying, they were told to fly around this particular area, even though they were carrying a body of somebody that was sick and was in distress, that they had to avoid certain areas. But there was nothing there. It was like the guy I thought said there was like, it looked like a hole, but they were told to divert. But again, these are all random stories that you try to put together as you start making your murder board connections, is what I call it. It's like the puzzle. Well, Carnundrum. I love Carnundrum.
How's it going?
How are you, Betty? Anything powering Canada can't be that much, eh? Right. Like, how much power does 1 million people really need? I can't do the A like you do, but I can try. Antarctica. That's it. Antarctica has a lot of no-fly areas, mostly because there isn't anything out there to get into trouble. If you get anything out there, if you get into trouble, you go down out there, nobody's coming to get you. I don't buy it, Enzo. There's a lot of places you can go down, nobody's gonna get you. And why avoid certain particular zones of that? I respectfully just kind of disagree with it. But that's because we're friends. Back to you, Sonny. This was your idea.
That was the first time. Hey, that was the first time I've ever heard of that Black Pyramid being inside that mountain.
I only heard it because I was prepping. I love that episode. I love Tom DeLonge's theories because it is like a cornucopia. It is like the golden corral of every theory that's out there. But he was pretty adamant about all. I mean, this is in a collection of like interviews and speeches and writings and the things he believes in as a collectioner are trippy. And the fact that so they picked Tom DeLonge. I know that Tom DeLonge went looking for this, right? But did he? Not sure. Are they going to do the same thing with Lady Gaga? Because now they have Gaga that they're bringing into meetings. I think Gaga's not going to play that game like Tom did. But that's Akashi theories.
They also brought up Nikola Tesla and his Tesla machines. His big one that he fired up, I guess he ran a test on it, and he shot some big ass beam of electricity off into space. Somehow it gets reflected, comes back down. There's a big hole in the earth. It's all burned up.
Shit, really?
I don't think shit
okay, I
grows there now.
I haven't seen that.
Like, I don't think anything grows there now. It's a big, perfect circle. And when he found it, he was like, "Oh shit, I think I did that." And it was like on the other side of the earth, like the opposite.
Oh my god! Seriously?
Yeah, the way he kind of explained it was that was his reaction was like, "That might have been me," type thing, like. But yeah, they didn't know where it came from.
Poor people are like, "Holy shit, what happened?" I hope.
Can you imagine if that would have hit a city?
I know. If it was random, I mean, you don't throw shit up in the sky.
Well, he shot it into space. He didn't think it was gonna.
But again, there's like no exit plan. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go on a quick rant, which is that it kills me the amount of debris. Like when they say, the rocket, we're gonna have to just crash it against the moon. It's like, did you not think you throw trash up there and there's no exit strategy for this? You're going to just let it drop on people? It's like they don't think before and we just keep throwing stuff up without an exit strategy to clean it back.
I
mean, now it's like you see so much, especially in areas like this where the sky is so clear. It's like, we have to go get the phone to track the space trash, or part of a rocket, or one from the 1970s, all floating up there doing nothing.
Yep.
That was my rant. That concludes Mindforked rant in the morning. Back to
they probably thought it would all just burn up on the way back into the atmosphere.
But don't just, let's try it out. Let's see what happens. It's some bad news bears. Hi, Jakey. What goes up, gotta come down. Exactly. But they'll just throw it up without thinking. I hated the one that they were like going to crash it against the moon. Talk about theories. If you think about that whole like the ringing of the moon, when that one time that they crashed something into it, that there was actual ringing for X period of time. Don't throw stuff into the moon, guys. We need the moon. Don't break the moon. We don't know exactly what the hell's going on. Don't break it.
No
That's
shit.
my PSA now. I've moved on to my PSA. Don't break the moon. Back to you, Sonny.
Yeah, don't break the moon.
Don't break the moon.
Trying to pull it in closer, make the waves bigger.
Hug that moon. Hold it tight. We need the moon. We need gravity too.
Yeah,
we can't just
need
float up. We need a lot of things. We're so fragile. You know, if you think about us right now, it could be gone in a freaking second. That's why I was like, I'm just gonna keep this living like Lee in the now and accept my crazy and screw who doesn't understand it, because it doesn't matter anyway, you know.
Yeah, because all those shooting stars you see, this planet could be one too.
Exactly. It could
that fast.
It could all be gone in a second. We're so fragile, and we're just, you know, hopefully somebody's got our back, and there's a bigger part of our plan. But that's my dog who decided that it's time for a ride, even though we're like in the desert. My dog's walks consist of getting in the car and being driven around. She's a little spoiled.
He smells all the rattlesnakes out there. He don't want to go messing around in the desert.
Okay, I don't want to jinx it, but I've never seen one. I don't want to jinx it. I've been here. We've been here like 4 or 5 times. I've seen a black bear. I walked with bear, Sonny. I walked behind a baby bear. And I have some freaking video.
Never.
For some reason, I did this, and it was stupid, but I did think it through. So, in Big Bend National Park, I'll tell you the story real quick. In Big Bend National Park, they have pandemic bears. So check it out. People move out during the pandemic. The animals, the adult bears, come down. They're camping like where the people camp, in the campground. So they go there, and during this period of time, they have baby bears, right? These baby bears are in the ground. They like know the area. They're very comfortable. They know where the trash cans are. They knew where everything was, right? Here come the people. The adult bears of those bears moved up the mountains, and teen bears are now roaming. We're now roaming the land. So a couple of years ago when this was happening, I was like, we're in the middle of the campground, and I have a video. I'm going to post it on Mindforked at some point. And I'm like looking around, and we're like, I mean, there's buildings. This is the campground, and this bear is walking along, and I'm like, oh my God, there's a bear. And I just started walking right behind him, and he was just so cool. But I was long far enough that I'm like, if the shit hits the fan, Stuart was behind me, so he was watching. But yeah, I'm a little cray. But we saw bear at the park, and then we saw bear on the street, like one of the roads coming up to the property at night, just walking through the big ass black bear walking, you know, just and bear tracks in our other property. We saw a bunch of bear tracks yesterday, so we know they party.
Yeah, bears are mean.
I know, but there's something about this place. There's something that makes me feel so connected to whatever the heck is here. I just feel very at home.
That's good.
Bear spray, says Bree. Bear spray. I don't have any bear spray, but I probably should have. So,
a pistol.
Anyway,
this
has been lovely, Sonny. This has been lovely, Sonny.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to chat. I'm listening to Chris, everybody.
Yeah,
better catch up.
Chatters are kind. I have my left eye on the chat over here. They're lovely. Hello, Stuart. Don't let Akashi run around alone out there. He doesn't. He always has my back. I got my Stuart in the Bend. That is his tag name. That's why his tag name is what it is, Stuart in the Bend. It's because of Big Bend. Fun fact. Thank you for inviting me.
Usually,
letting me come on and like rant with you.
Yeah, it was fun. That's what I said. This wasn't planned, guys. We seen each other in Amy's chat room and decided to do a live. So
we're like, hey, what you doing? He's like, hey, what you doing after this? I'm like laying right
she
here
said
where
she
I
was
am
in
right now.
You said you were in the desert. I was like, oh yeah, sweet.
It's so pretty out here. I am gonna record like some B-roll of the area because I'll probably do like some homage to Terlingua is one of my Mindforked pieces. So this is really nice out here. So I want to share it with everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me, Sonny.
Thank you for coming. This was fun.
I missed you, buddy. This was
I know.
really
I miss hanging out
fun.
with you too. I haven't seen each other in a long time or done this in a while.
This is really cool. Boots on the ground, eh? It's about time, eh? I try to do. I love conundrums, eh?
Yeah,
I'm
their A
Puerto
is
Rican.
like
I
A
can't do the
question. You just got to
eh.
remember their A is like a question. Our A here in California is A. Canada's A is like a question. It's nice shoes, eh?
Nice shoes, eh? Eh? I would be like, oi. Yeah, I'll do a different one. So anyway, so I'm gonna head out and start like looking at stuff around here. Take some B-roll, do some video, and think about the next Mindforked and get ready for this weekend because I'm gonna be going live all over the place. So
yeah, that's gonna be cool. We want to see pictures and we want updates of Roswell.
There will be updates. I'm going to try to take all the madness on camera. I think there's not as many limitations on this one. Oh, and Amy is going to be working the Tim UFO Man booth for a couple of hours on Saturday afternoon. So we're going to be kind of around there. It's going to be fun.
Okay. And I think
the time's coming.
I think Amy has a show tonight.
Yes. Amy has her moon reading. It's at 8:00 Central. If somebody, Enzo, do you mind? Or if somebody can drop the link. Yeah, it's at 8:00 Central, and she does a moon reading once a month, and the moon is so gorgeous out here. I'm going to do it from like the hammock. You see my hammock? We have a hammock out here. Am I pointing to the right area?
Oh yeah, I do see it over there now.
So the hammock, so it's all set. There's like there's a grill over here.
Bear sleeping in there tonight.
We got a grill back there.
It's pretty awesome there, man. That is nice.
Ribs, and it's got Wi-Fi.
I know, that's cool.
All that and Wi-Fi because I can't stay disconnected for too long. Blind Neil's in the house. Hi, Blind Neil. I love Blind Neil.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
I love the I Love Weed Livers. I Love Weed Live show is awesome. I love Rat-a-tat. I always have to mention Rat-a-tat because I love saying Rat-a-tat. 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 That little puppet. Back to you, Sonny.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in here. We need to start doing a morning show again.
How many people are in here? I didn't even look.
10.
I can see
10 people. Not telling nobody.
I know, not telling anybody, just freaking show. If you stream it, will they come? I guess the answer is yes.
Yes, they will.
Like Field of Dreams. Oh, I'm turning to Field of Dreams now. Those edibles must be kicking in.
Yeah.
Back to you, Sonny.
My weed is about ready to put me back to sleep. I should have waited on that. That waking and baking.
You were like, okay. So the truth is that the reason why he asked me is because he couldn't go back to bed. Because he said he woke up early. He's like, I can't go back to sleep. You want to go live? Okay.
It was Amy's fault. The YouTube was on my phone. So when I woke up this last time, I was like, damn it, my phone's on. And then I flipped the little cover open. Amy's face was on there. And I was like, son of a bitch, Amy's live. Now I can't go back to sleep. I got to watch Alien Girl. One.
The bodies, the documents. You're cracking me up. Your eye is getting crazy. What eye? The weed's kicking in. My eye is not getting crazy, and I have two eyes. I have two of them, not one. I'm not doing like oh my God, that Young Frankenstein, where one eye's looking the other one way, that guy. I'm not doing that. Will Carr. A.
Igor. That was Igor.
Igor, thank you. I was like, I can't think. But I don't even know what we were talking about. But yeah, so the reason is because he didn't want to go back to bed. And I said yes. And
that's right.
And we
So you
talked for
guys got
15 minutes, not live.
yeah. This would have been an hour show if you guys would have been here for the first 15 minutes. The weirdest thing happened. We did the intro. We went live, and I guess as soon as we went live, my internet dropped. It's been going up and down, and it just kicked us right off. Back to we didn't know it kicked us off.
I just thought that nobody wanted to chat. I'm like, dang, dude, we're saying a lot of really cool stuff, and we're getting zero reaction. And I was going, do I smell? What's going on? And it was because we were not live. And now I don't know if you passed out. Oh, he's there.
Oh, over there.
You disappeared for a second. I'm like, did he pass out? He might have just boom like a log, like blue and no.
It got colder out here. When we first came out, it was 40. Now it's 37.
Oh my God! You better get inside.
I don't know what's going on. It's supposed to get warmer, not colder.
The dogs must be like, can you get the hell inside the house already? Because they were trying to hunt you down earlier.
Yeah, I can't. I made them go back in.
But this was really lovely. I had so much fun. And I will be bringing you updates for Roswell.
Okay.
So keep track.
All right. Well, thank you for joining. And this was great.
Thank you. It's 37 where Enzo's at. Is that at Costco, Enzo? He said it's 37 where I am too. Weird. It is like 70.
Oh yeah, he's
so perfect.
He's in Kansas.
Enzo, too cold. Sorry, I'll let you close up, Sonny. I'll shut up.
All right.
now.
I'll let you go. Thanks for coming in, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace out.
Peace. Love you guys.
How awesome was that, guys? A morning show with Akashi Chris. You guys ready to go back to your morning? You want me to keep going? You want me to bring someone else on? What do you guys want to do? Oh, I think I might have to get off here. My internet, I don't know why, but it's just shit right now. It's going lower and lower. I'm watching the signal drop. So I'm just going to call it, guys. It's just a short show this morning. Remember, Amy's going to be on tonight, and I don't really know anything else because I just woke up. Right before I jumped on here, I woke up. So I'm going to go take a shower, get ready for the day. You guys have a good rest of the day, and I will see you soon. We'll be back Friday. I do believe our guest on the Chop Shop Friday is going to be I Love Weed. I Love Weed, the channel from YouTube. So, good times. I will see you guys Friday. Have a great day.